If you want to vote for Kamala, you're an idiot. It's going to be over for Western civilization if they steal this from Trump for a variety of reasons. One, for all the reasons I just described as regards to who her voters are and how they've managed to use the media machine to psyop people into believing she's a better choice than Trump. The fact they've even managed to do that is remarkable. But secondly, it's going to destroy all faith in democratic institutions because America is the bedrock of democracy. And we know they steal elections now already, but there's a certain amount of people in the world who believe that they don't steal elections. Well, they're going to see. Because if they're stealing them in America, you think they're not stealing them in fucking Myanmar? You think they didn't just steal the French one when Marine Le Pen was winning and then she blinked and she lost and Macron's back? Who the fuck likes Macron? Find me a single person on the planet who's a fan of Macron. Who marries a woman 35 years older than him? It's weird. If she's a woman at all. Probably a dude. Looks like a fucking dude. So you can add some criminal charges to France for the list. So they're stealing the elections everywhere around the world.
But what happens if Kamala wins the election tomorrow?
Okay, so if Kamala wins the election tomorrow, it's a good question. I'm going to feel very sorry for people. I think that it's just going to be, we're going to be closer and closer towards slavery.
Do we see riots, you think?
Well, that's why they did January 6th, right? They taught everyone a lesson for January 6th. BLM, if you riot for the side of the matrix, you're allowed to riot. If you riot for the other side, even though they didn't even riot, if you peacefully protest for the other side, then you face the full force of the law. So it's going to be very interesting. If Kamala wins, I think that the whole idea of Western civilization is going to accelerate in its decline. I don't think Trump can save it. I think he can slow it down. I think he's massively important for the culture, for all the things we just talked about, masculinity. Trump's a masculine man. I think he's good for the culture. I think he'll have a fantastic 4 years. I think he can do a lot to slow things down. However, if Kamala gets in, it's going to accelerate the LGBT, girl boss, garbage bullshit, along with terrible policy, along with the people who are actually in charge of America, who won't be Kamala, raping the tax base, stealing as much money as possible, accelerating inflation. And what's actually going to happen is you're going to see that as America descends into poverty, which it does, the fact that American culture is extremely thin is going to be highlighted, and then it's going to be, you say riots, I think mass civil unrest. I think crime will get out of control and it'll be mass civil unrest because there's nothing unifying the country besides the idea you can get rich. In other countries, if you go to Croatia, everybody speaks the same language, everybody's seen the same TV shows, everybody's grandma kind of looks the same. Everybody has this unifying factor behind them. Everyone knows the Croatian flag, everyone learned the same history. In America, some people like the flag, some people hate the flag, some people think America's good, some people think America's bad, everyone speaks different languages, everyone has different religion, everyone looks different. The only thing that unifies America is we can all get rich. Well, once we realize that's not the case, as they continue to inflate the currency and steal from the tax base, crime's going to get worse and worse and worse. And now we have this insane policies on race where if you commit crime as a certain race, you're less likely to get in trouble, or they don't want to arrest you, or they don't want to show your mugshot or give you a more lenient sentence. So now you have a division of the races. The native white man in America is a second-class citizen. I say that as a brown person. The native white person in England is a second-class citizen. So you have the natives who pay the most tax, who are second-class citizens, paying taxes to afford the children of people who are invading the country and shouldn't even be there, and out reproducing them 8 to 1. The average white family has 1 or 2 kids. These migrant families have 8, 9, 10. Like, everything's collapsing. Like, it's collapsing. If Kamala wins, it's all going to be accelerated because they're going to prove that. Well, what's interesting is if Kamala wins, they prove you don't have a democratic solution to your problems. So that puts the sensible person in a very difficult position. Then you don't have many choices left. Because right now, people are still coping with this voting idea. We'll vote our way out of this. Don't worry, we'll vote our way out. Once they realize that's not possible,